High in the ragged cliffs of the Windspire Mountains, where clouds clung like whispers and the wind howled like ancient spirits, a young eagle named Aaron peered over the edge of the nest. Below him, the world stretched endlessly, an ocean of trees, rocks, and shadows. The ground seemed impossibly far, and the sky above him even farther. His talons trembled against the jagged rock, his wings tightly folded against his sides. He had never flown before. Today was supposed to be the day. "Trust your wings, Aaron," his mother had said, her amber eyes steady as the wind ruffled her feathers. They were made for this. But Aaron's heart thundered. He glanced at his siblings, two downy brothers who had taken to the skies just days before, their screeches of joy echoing through the valley. He remembered how they hesitated, then leapt, only to vanish into the winds below, free. Now, only he remained. The sun crawled slowly across the sky, painting the clouds gold. The winds grew stronger, curling around him like unseen hands urging him forward. But Aaron couldn't move. What if he fell? What if his wings failed him? His claws tightened around the stone. "I'm not ready," he thought. Behind him, he heard the soft beating of wings. His mother landed beside him silently, her powerful frame graceful and unshaken. "You've watched your brothers. You've watched me. Everything you need is already in you," she said gently. "I'm scared," Aaron whispered. She nodded as if she'd been waiting for those words. "Fear is a shadow before the leap. It disappears once you're flying." He turned back to the cliff's edge. The wind roared louder now, as if calling his name. Still, his legs remained frozen. Then came a sound, low, distant, growing louder. The storm approaches. From across the valley, a storm had begun to gather. Dark clouds billowed like rising smoke, swallowing the sunlight. Thunder growled in the distance. A streak of lightning split the sky. Aaron's eyes widened. He had heard stories of eagles caught in storms, wings battered, vision blurred. If he didn't fly soon, he might never get the chance. His mother stared at the growing storm. "The longer you wait, the harder it gets." "What if I fall?" he asked again. She turned to him with fire in her eyes. "What if you fly?" The leap. The storm rolled closer, wind now whipping through the canyon. Loose feathers and bits of nest debris flew past him. Aaron's breath came fast, his chest rose and fell. The world felt like it was holding its breath, and then he jumped. Not gracefully, not bravely, just instinctively. His body moved before his mind did. A moment of panic seized him as gravity yanked him downward. He flailed. The wind screamed in his ears. The rocks below rushed up toward him like open jaws. "I can't do this!" But somewhere deep inside, a voice echoed. "Open your wings." He did. The fall becomes flight. With a powerful beat, his wings caught the air. The fall slowed. His feathers stretched wide, catching every gust, every current. The wind, once terrifying, now held him. He was flying, not perfectly. He dipped and swerved, barely dodging a jutting stone spire. But he was still airborne, still rising. And then he laughed, a high, piercing screech that soared into the clouds. His mother launched from the cliff, swooping down to join him. Together they climbed higher, past the trees, past the cliffs, toward the sunlit edge of the storm. "You're doing it!" she cried over the wind. "I'm flying!" Aaron shouted. The test. But the storm was no longer just a backdrop. It was upon them. Winds buffeted him from all sides. Rain began to fall in cold sheets. Thunder cracked so loud it rattled his bones. His mother was a blur in the darkening sky. "Stay close," she called, but a sudden gust pulled him away. Aaron spun. the sky became a whirlpool of gray. He flapped wildly, eyes darting for something, anything to orient himself. For a terrifying moment, he lost all sense of up or down. This is it. I'm going to fall. But then he remembered her words. Everything you need is already in you. He closed his eyes, took a breath, and then he straightened his wings. The wind caught him like a trusted friend. He angled into the gust, riding it instead of fighting it. The chaos turned into rhythm. The storm, once a monster, became a playground of currents and possibilities. He didn't just fly through the storm, he rose above it. After the storm, when the skies cleared, Aaron glided high above the clouds. The sun returned, pouring golden light across the mountains. The storm rumbled in the distance, defeated. Below him, the world stretched vast and full of promise. His mother joined him, wings steady. "You didn't fall," she said. "No," Aaron replied, grinning. "I flew." They circled once more before turning toward home. Epilogue: the nest above the world. That night, Aaron stood at the edge of the nest again, not with fear, but with wonder. He looked at the sky not as a mystery, but as The cliff no longer looked like a wall, but a doorway. His brothers returned, chirping excitedly as they shared tales of their flights. But Aaron had something different. A story not just of flight, but of faith. A leap that began with fear and ended in the sky.